Bow wow.
Welcome to DogStar. This week we are sitting down with the master, Savitty. How you doing?
How you doing, man? Glad to be here.
Yeah, we're excited.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me.
thanks so much for your time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we know you're busy family man, busy professionally, and
Yeah.
thank you again for giving fans a chance to get a glimpse.
It.
Yeah, definitely. We want to dive right in and get your the whole backstory.
Yeah.
So
Flashback.
Exactly. Are you from St. Paul originally?
Yep. I'm originally from St. Paul.
What?
Originally, Mountaineer Projects to be exact, but grew up on the Selby side, Dayton block.
Okay.
And, yeah.
That's cool. What was growing up there like? You living with a bunch of brothers and sisters? Or?
Well, in the projects, it was like everybody. We was like damn near, I think, 13 in one bed. Yeah, it's the projects. So it's like it was just packed. So it was like 13 kids in one bed. A lot of my aunties and uncles, we all was jam packed in one house.
Yeah,
and it was fun to us,
right?
It was
As kids,
a pain in to them because they was adults,
right?
All your cousins and so it was cool to us,
right? Yeah, the kids watched the kids. What was the music like growing up there? Did you start getting influenced by music?
Oh yeah, well
what were the parents playing? What were the aunties and uncles playing?
When they was doing playing their card games and stuff, it was more of like the Keith Sweats and from back in the days and some of that type of stuff. My uncles would play like Run DMC, rest in peace to my Uncle Jerome. He always used to walk around with the boombox on his shoulders, So that type of stuff we was getting introduced to musically at an early age,
Did you think back then that you would be making music, or when did that idea kind of spark in you?
No, I didn't. So, when I first got, in tune with the music really was Run DMC,
Yeah.
I mean, that may say a lot about my age, but who gives a but excuse me, I'm sorry. But basically, it started with Run DMC. When I first discovered like a small group of people that could be so cool. The definition of what the word cool meant, dope, fresh, was Run DMC. I got a hold of them, and everybody wanted to be like them when they seen them. Gold ropes, Adidas with the tongue out, fat
Fedora,
laces, all that. So it went way back to Run DMC is what first turned me on to say like, okay, that's what dope looks like.
Right.
That's what being cool looks like.
Right.
I want to be that.
Something to attain.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. I want to be like that. And then it went from him, Run DMC to, of course, LL Cool J, Big Daddy Kane and stuff like that, and a couple of old school cats like D Nice and all that. So from Run DMC, a long time ago when I was younger, I had shout out to Mike and Moan, some Mexican homeboys I had. We used to actually perform for his family during their little barbecues and picnics. They was my neighbors, and they was just in tune as we was in it. So we used to dress up like Run DMC, and, put on a little. That's how much they had the influence on us.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And so
what was performing back then like? Did you get nervous? Did you, or it was
no? Well, I always been like the hyper one where I really didn't care. My mom used to have me dance in front of her company and all that. So I was more like, are they seeing us? Like, because they was filming it.
Right.
Got to get a hold of that tape too. Because he recently said that they got the tape. When we was younger.
Oh, nice.
That would be sick. You put that in a music video, put that in the documentary.
I'm on him about that. Like, I've been calling him, but that'd be cool to see.
Can you remember which Run DMC songs you performed? I mean, the hits or deep cuts
like for sure, I think because we ran through all of them.
Right.
So like
I'm sure you
tricky.
knew them all. Yeah.
It's tricky, all that. I even like the Christmas one.
I was just about to bring that up.
Like all of them. So basically, when I got a hold of them, when I saw them, my mind was blown because they was cool.
Right.
Yeah.
That was the whole definition of cool. But then, not to take nothing away from them, it got even further. Like then here comes LL Cool J.
Woo.
Now, when he came, you couldn't tell me that I wasn't him. You know, I definitely thought I was him. You know, and then from the LL Cool J, NWA, then the Tupac, and you know, I was really most adapted to that because that wasn't really hard for me to break into because my family, you know, a lot of them from the West Coast, and you know, and so I really gravitated to that, the whole NWA thing.
Okay.
And I kind of locked in. And twice at that time, you know, I jumped off the porch by then. And, you know, so it went from Run DMC and then it kind of grew. And then it went to NWA. I was already in the, you know, in the streets and doing my thing and all that, you know. And I stuck with it. I locked in, and I didn't let go of NWA.
Were you the most, biggest fan of music out of the people you're hanging out with, or other kids in school, or were you getting kind of influenced?
Yeah, well, it was me and this other dude that really did it. You know, we used to rap. We went from, you know, there's a lot of similar stories like this. It kind of all started off the same. You know, we was in the back of the classroom, beating on the tables.
What age?
Teachers,
what age we think?
Oh man, we was like 7. We was like 7 years old.
Okay.
Beating on the table. Shout out to LeVate Wiley. It's what I'm talking about. It was me and him, and you know, we was just beating on the tables and teachers splitting us up and kicking us out and having calls with our moms, and you know, we being disruptive and. You know, so it go back from right there.
Did you guys have like rap names back then? Did you have?
Oh man,
yeah.
I had like 5 of them.
Well, run through the ones you remember.
You know, man. Let's see. I was Iceman. I actually used to write Iceman on my work assignments, and the teacher told my mom,
"Oh no,
she beat the Iceman out of me too." When I got home.
Never again.
So, I was Iceman. I was Mad Dog. That was actually one of my street names that the hood gave me, and you know, I had like a few. You get a few of them, man,
right?
Till you really lock into who you want to be, who you are,
right?
You know, my spirit name, my name is Savitty. You know, that's my spirit name, and but I had a few nicknames, man, and they was crazy. That's just what you are, like Shigado, like Shigado. That's actually tatted on my neck.
What's the meaning?
That just
of
mean like it's all good.
Nice.
Like for Shigado. Whatever.
Okay.
Ask you for it. He said it after I had the name.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
And
is there any other we're missing? Because I'm a big fan of knowing all the names.
Yeah, man. So Iceman, Mad Dog, Hype. So let me take it back to Hype. Let me back it up a little bit. So Hype, it was Hype and Heavy. My brother's Heavy. Because he was always heavy. He was a little chunky.
Right.
So that's when I first started rhyming. They used to call us Hype and Heavy.
Like writing your own rhymes, not just...
writing our own rhymes, you know, performing. At that point, just performing for my mom's friends and stuff when they, you know, like
not
that.
Not doing no talent show or anything.
And actually, the first rhyme was like, my name is Hype. He'd go, poof. And he'd be like, my name is Heavy. I go, poof. So my name is Hype. My name is Heavy. We wear our Nikes. We go downtown to see James Brown. Next thing you know, we was getting on down. I got to move on it. I got to smooth on it. Next thing you know, I got a group. It was
you're performing.
It was the wackest.
I was gonna say it's like some Fat Boys. Yeah.
It was the wackest, youngest rap you could never. But that was my very, very fresh out the womb from the hospital first rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I mean, you remember it so many years later. It was that much of a milestone.
That's it right there. Yep.
That's great.
So that was my first name, Hype.
Right.
Yeah.
When was the first like open mic or stage that you performed on outside of the family, if you can recall? I know we might be jumping ahead a little bit.
That's way ahead. Because,
well, then let's not get there just yet. Yeah.
So, you know, basically when I first discovered the music was with Run DMC, and I went through the phases of, you know, other artists. But then, you know, I really started rapping through some of my pain that I was going through. You know, this was early. Now, this was later when I was about, I say, maybe 17.
Okay.
You know, 16 or 17.
Like heartbreak or home, just at home stuff?
Yeah, just life stuff at home and all of that. So just living in the streets and stuff. So I started rapping, my rhymes to myself, and because I figured like, okay, this was my voice. This is my voice. If this is what I want to say to people, this is what I want to say to everybody that make me mad, or I'm the only person that will. If don't nobody listen, I would listen. My music. So I would actually rap them to myself. I'd be walking through the hood, and I'd be spitting just freestyling.
Yeah, totally.
And it started to make sense, and I actually thought I was good at it. Then I spit it to a couple other people and some ciphers here and there, and they thought I was good enough to take it serious.
And
so around 16, 17, I just gave it a try. I was just spitting nothing but pain. Like when Eminem started, I was just spitting nothing but just pain, just crazy, just raps and about pain and hurting people and how I felt.
Right.
Were you Savitty at that point?
Well, I always was Savitty. I just never, I never went by it actually, because that name is really more of who I am in spirit. After all the,
right.
That's the healing name. What I'm saying? Before all the stuff that I became at an early age. I just settle with who I really am at the end of the day.
Was that during that period though of all the
rhyming to yourself
raps?
Right. Was what during that period?
Were you going by Savitty when you were making those songs?
No, I think when I was making those, I was going by Mad Dog.
Right. Okay.
Right. I was a mad dog.
Yeah.
And when did you first start to think to write them down, or because I know you had them in the head? But is that a part of your process to write, or is it all?
At first, I started off freestyling them, just saying it out from the top of my head, how I felt. Yeah. But then started taking it serious after, a lot of the homies like, hey, you got this. Like,
giving that feedback.
You got that heat. So then I started taking it serious when I was like maybe in my early 20s, I would say.
Okay.
In my early 20s, just trying to take it serious. But it wasn't really getting off the ground, like, because a lot of people ask me, as good as I am now, like, because, I'm not a young artist, but they like, what you should have been, they've been saying that.
Right. How come it wasn't an overnight sensation?
But it wasn't that easy, because I was in and out of jail my whole life, and I was held back.
Right.
Whether it was a lot of me holding myself back, that wasn't the situation,
Yeah.
So now, since Savitty just actually took over of who I really am, it's kind of now everybody got their timing right.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Did you live in St. Paul your whole life?
Yep. I lived in St. Paul my whole life. Great. And
that's good to hear. So we've only got like 5 minutes before the break, and I did wanted to ask you about Savitty, and you said it was your spiritual name. Yeah. Like, what does that mean? I hear that and I think of
Savitty means survival tribe. I gotta say TRIBE, because a lot of people think I say survive or try, but it's survival tribe. And I'm a survivor of my past, and so I don't go as deep as to how is it your spirit name, why is it, who gave it to you. I don't go as deep as that for a reason. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's the broader picture of who I am. It's from paradise. I'm gonna just say that.
Okay.
Regardless of who think I'm crazy or like Kanye West. No,
right.
You ain't gonna get sued for saying that. But no, man, it's very powerful, And there's a deeper side to it that I could die, but I don't do that. But yeah, man, and it helps me out. That's who I am. A lot of people, they just gotta find out who they are in spirit. If you want to go by the name of Lil Killer or whatever you portray yourself as, and you put your energy towards it, then guess what? That's what you are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Then wise words, sitting down with Savitty here on DogStar.
I appreciate it.
If you're just joining us, I don't know why you would be, but just in case.
In the middle of a podcast. That's normally how people are watching these.
Yeah.
That's really, really powerful to hear that.
You got to stand on who, you got to be careful of who you portray yourself to be.
Right.
Because you're going to put that energy into that. And you're going to become that. So, yeah.
Was there like a turning point where you were like, rock bottom or whatever people call it, Was it like when did that happen in your life?
Well, the turning point, basically when I had enough of jail and you know what I'm saying? Enough of jail, just when, everybody's turning point, at least speaking for myself, was you got to be tired, You just got to be tired of going through it, the pain and hanging out with the wrong crowds and, it ain't fun being shot at and crazy. And I had to join the gang at an early age. My whole family is in a gang, 60s Crip to be exact. And, I don't bang no more. We OGs, we kind of protect the neighborhood now. I actually give back to the youth.
Right.
I'm on the board of a nonprofit organization by the name of Ujama Place.
Okay.
I'm on the board of that. So
the philanthropy.
Right. I speak to classrooms, they call me. I actually last school I spoke to was Hazel Park, I think, middle school.
What do you talk about with the kids?
Oh, man, I just talk about how, just how to guide them into the right direction, how not to F up like I did. Like, I basically tell them that, if you live this life, you're going to go there. There's only 2 places here. Or you can just, learn from my mistakes, stuff like that.
Right.
Like big brother stuff.
Right.
A lot of times it go in one ear out the other, but
but the one kid you reach,
like, man, they respect the speech, they respect what I'm giving, but a lot of them really lost right now. So, but I don't ever feel like it's a waste of time though, because it's never a waste of time. So
giving back is huge.
I've been real busy, so I haven't done it in a little minute, but I'll always slide through a classroom.
You heard it here.
And give it to them raw. Yeah. So basically, the turning point was just when you get tired of it, man.
Yeah.
Just exhausted.
Yeah.
That's it's a harrowing story. I mean, on your album, Twin City-ish.
Twin City-ness.
Twin City-ness.
Same thing.
Try not to swear. It's the real word on Spotify, but it goes
Twin
through some of your
life
life story in the music. I don't know if that's dramatized or not, but it
seems autobiographical.
Yeah, and I don't know if you had a chance to run through like I tell a lot of my story on the album. Like I got a song called Letters to Black Sheeps.
We can talk more about that after our break. I'm really sorry to interrupt, but that's the cliffhanger. We're talking with Savitty here on DogStar.
Follow him at Savitty Survival on Instagram.
Follow us at DogStar Podcast. We'll be right back.
Bow wow. Bow wow.
Welcome back. We are sitting down with Savitty talking about Letters to Black Sheeps, one of the earliest tracks post major life changes, kind of a reborn from the ashes.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about the production of that song?
Well, Letters to Black Sheeps is just, my letter to, all the other black sheeps, like people who've had similar traumas and just understand, feel where I'm coming from. It's displaying my story, it's actually a mini little glimpse of the book I'm writing, I'm writing a book of my life story called King of Survival.
Wow.
So it's just like, that's actually Letters to Black Sheep is part 2 in musically wise, because I got part 1 is, what's part 1? Hard Trials.
Okay.
I haven't shot a video for that yet.
Not yet,
but Hard Trials, Letters to Black Sheep, and My Crucifixion. So basically, there's gonna be 3 parts musically, visually with my story. Then the rest just in the book and stuff like that.
In the book and in the talks
and
too.
In the movie theaters and all that.
Exactly. That's the first thing that came to my mind was the biopic. I mean, the Hulu miniseries.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, with these music videos. So you've been doing music videos. Were you doing music videos before this project, Twin City-ness? Were you doing music videos?
I actually wasn't. Twin City Well, I did one. It was called I'm Him.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Him.
Yep.
Came before Twin Cityness, and then everything else kind of followed behind.
Back in 2020.
You know, it was during the making of my album. And, you know, that's why I gave them 17 songs, is because, you know, people been waiting. You know, they've been waiting to hear what I had to say. And
you've been going through a lot, you know?
Figured,
You've been working on it.
I had a lot to say, man. I know 17 songs. Right.
It's the real deal.
You know, I had people like, chop them in half. And like, nah. I want to go ahead and get those to you. I got 17 more right in here.
Right.
So, yeah, I want to go ahead and get that. And, yeah.
It's a real solid foundation and taking it real seriously, it seems like, because there's a handful of music videos from that project alone. Are you involved in the creative process when it comes to
Oh, yeah, I direct them all.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
Right, I direct them all.
That's awesome.
It's I got a team that helps me, but, you know, I really go through, I see what a director really goes through. It's the first time I've ever really tried it, but nobody really knows how I want them but me.
You got the vision.
I got the vision, you know. But I deal with the best team, you know, to help me out. Shout out to my videographer, Anthony D, you know. So, y'all, you know, he's one of the best in the game.
Okay.
And I make sure that, you know, I get it solid, you know.
Yeah, where's the inspiration come from for some of these videos? Is it from like other videos or
even
movies?
Just
you know, it's from just, you know, when I write a story or a rap, whatever it is, as I'm writing it, I see it.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I could just go in the studio and BS around and freestyle with the homies and all that, but you know, the vision really ain't there unless I'm really trying to create and sit down with my thoughts and just really put it together.
Yeah. Wow.
It seems
But I'll tell you something else that's interesting. I didn't write none of those songs on the album. I freestyled them in my phone.
Oh.
And so I don't write, you know, not to, you know, get my head all big, but I'm an older artist. Like, I ain't got time to sit down with a pen no more.
Stressed out, yeah.
You know, I just freestyled in my phone. Hear it, I may go over, doctor up a few lines, you know. I mean, I believe that's how everybody do it nowadays.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have the patience to sit with a pen that long. So
you have to write it,
all
then
17
make a
songs
flow.
just came on my head when I was just at the crib.
Boom.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Just like that.
And some of those beats, obviously, you know, have that West Coast flavor. Are any of those producers local artists? Are you making any of these beats?
No, I got a cousin. You know, he makes a lot of my beats. Man, shout out to Federal. He's the best in the game.
Wow.
But you know, that's kind of like my upbringing. You know, with you know, that's how I was raised. My whole family is 60s Crippin'.
Right.
A lot of my cousins from the West Coast. A lot of homies from the West Coast, and that's just how it was, you know, affiliated with, you know, some of the known factors that my family brought here, some of the, you know, Big U and all of them, some of the co-founders.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah, so I was already tapped in since I left the hospital, you know, I ain't know nothing else.
You're right.
You know, so that's where that come from. And yeah, that's just what it is.
What was the journey like to like getting into a studio or getting in and working with some of these other artists, or did you just know them from growing up?
Like some of your early collaborators.
No, I'll start by talking about Scrap Nino that was on the Twin City. Y'all know him?
Oh, yeah. He's featured prominently on the album.
Yeah.
Right.
Have y'all got a chance to?
We haven't sat down with him yet, but hey, man.
So this how I met him. Like, social media do a lot. You know, if you use it for the right things, you know, I saw him on social media. I really didn't know him. And I saw him, I ran through some of his stuff. He was singing and I liked his sound. So, you know, not taking no credit away from him, but so I wrote the hook, right? And I called him. I called him just out the blue. Like, I was like, hey man, you know, I'm sewing. He already knew who I was, and you know, we had a respected conversation. And I was like, man, I need you on this hook. I was like, you know, so how can you sing these words? Like, I'm raising it. I'm singing it to him. So I'm like,
Right.
You know, I'm singing it to him, and he was like, "Oh, like this," and he blew it back a little, and I was like, "You got the voice." I was like, "Right, that's it right there." I was like, "What? Let's. How can we get it did?" You know what I'm saying?
How did you end up getting that done? Did he go into a studio somewhere?
Oh yeah, no. I called him. I was like, "We gonna meet here. You know, meet here at this time." But it was just instant like that. You know, with no problem. And that's what I love about networking with good artists.
Yeah.
You know, and after that, I was just like, you know, I was like, let's drop the video. And he was all down for that. And, you know, you don't really get solid people like that, you know, but it was some right away type of thing.
How did that feel when it was finally done? It was finally mastered. Music video was dropped. Was it a relief or was
it felt like a juicy steak from the Outback steak? No, it was a beautiful feeling, man. Wow. One thing about me, like, I may get frustrated a lot on the set of stuff because I'm taking on, you know, I'm handling my vision most of the time.
Juggling so many things.
Yeah, I'm wearing all the hats on the set a lot, and I bring a lot of people out, you know what I'm saying? So as I'm getting frustrated, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I'm like, okay. Even though I would have did this or that, I still point out things a little bit like, that wasn't really what I wanted. That wasn't really what I wanted. But at the end of all that, I'm like, man, I love it. I love it.
I love to hear that. An artist who's passionate about what they do versus it's a grind to getting into the studio. It's a grind to direct a music video.
Right.
When you have that vision, you have that passion.
Exactly.
It's a breeze.
Man. You know, and I'm very, you know, I want things like spot on, but I noticed that it ain't really gonna be like that all the time. So at the end of the day, you know, I just settle with what it is, and it's magic. It's dope.
Well, yeah, we look forward to the next music video you direct and star in.
Oh yeah, definitely. I got some roles for y'all.
Yeah, so we're working our way through the timeline. We got to I'm Him, which is on the project. But I was doing some digging, and it's on SoundCloud as well. You can find I'm Him.
Is it? Oh, yeah, it is.
Probably from when you first dropped it.
Right.
Yep. And then,
so actually, the whole album now, I'm sorry, but it's out everywhere. Worldwide. Stream it now. Which camera? Stream it now.
Right here. And enjoy. Yeah.
From start to finish. It's one of those albums.
Right. And but then I found Still the King no beat YouTube video from 4 years ago. That was what you were calling it back then.
Okay.
And then
you saw that?
Yep. And then there was
man.
We do some
and
digging.
Then before,
you probably think I'm the white Eminem, the black Eminem after hearing that.
Yeah, and then there was
my foot in that.
Yeah. Also, Myself War video on the YouTube archives.
Myself War, okay.
And then Running from 2014.
That was a long time ago.
And so do you consider this part of the Savitty canon, or is it separate?
You know, no, I do. I consider, you know, everything that I've done musically, far as when I've been taking it serious is a part of the Savitty canon, man. I like that, the way you put that.
Or the Savitty entertainment universe.
The universe.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
With the music videos, with the movies, exactly.
Right. Yeah, definitely, man, because I speak nothing but the real when I write, and when I rap, I deliver nothing but the real, because, you know, that's what I am, you know? I mean, long ago, there was a point in time when I was younger rapping about a lot of stuff that I didn't have. You know, I was a young
embellishing,
kid, and as I'm freestyling, tearing people ciphers up on the block, and I'm saying this and saying that, and ain't got none of that.
Right.
You know, I'll admit that. But now, as you know, we real. Like,
you're more grounded.
We live in a real life. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give it to you raw.
Definitely.
Yes. So rare to find in rap.
Oh yeah,
nowadays.
they still lying. Like they still, you know, I don't got, man, look, I think recently I had like a fake watch on. I went somewhere. It looked nice. It worked.
Right.
You know, I was able to see the time, And I didn't care.
Right.
You know, it's just, I don't care. It wasn't like one of them fake iced out. It was a regular watch.
But it still looked good.
It was just a regular watch. Like, man, listen, there's nothing to be fake about because you got why.
Yeah, just rhyme with a brand.
I wouldn't be one of them artists, you know, once I do reach those heights, you know.
I can see you have the rope chain.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll have a watch, maybe a skinny chain, and that's it. I'm not even an earring guy. I mean, I just, you know, that's just me, you know.
He's a modest man.
That's just me. You know, that's
just
it.
bringing the record label chain to photo shoots and shows.
That's
not
it.
wearing it around town.
So after those first music videos were on YouTube, you had, you know, you could celebrate. Maybe there was a rap party. Was the next day? Was your mind on to the next thing? On to creating that vision?
Oh man! Wait. Say it again.
I'm just saying. It doesn't seem like you were taking too many breaks with some of these singles dropping and before Twin Cityness.
So
was it just really on to the next thing, on to the next thing?
It was really on to the next thing, man. You know, everybody. Well, I have premieres for them though. I will say that.
Okay.
You know, I drop a video, I flip my bag. I mean, I have a premiere and people pull up, they buy tickets to see it, and I go to whatever venue I'm at. I had few different venues. We drop a big projector screen. It's like a movie theater.
That's so exciting.
And we all celebrate a mini celebration, and we watch my video.
Yeah, and congratulate the cast members. Yeah.
Thanks all my fans that do pay to support to see it. Yeah.
So more rappers need to be doing that.
Yeah, where'd the vision come from for the rollout of this project? Because it's very professional. Like the 2 singles dropped, we had the music videos, then the full project dropped, then more videos. Like where'd the strategy come from? Do you
You know, it just came from me being hungry with it. It all came from me. I'm finna drop another one in a minute. Like it ain't gonna stop. It all just came from me, and just to keep it going. You know, stay relevant. We all got to stay relevant in our way and just keep it going. Get the people what they want.
Right.
You know, if they paying for it. I just sold I'm the first to sell an album for $25. You know, more than the record stores even did, and that's just my way of saying, you know, that I'm demanding what I'm worth, basically. Not demanding in a way of like you have to. But you set your bar high of what you think it's worth. If it's too high for some people, then it's not for you.
Right.
That's
you know your worth.
Right.
Exactly.
When he came over, your guy here, your brother, and bought 2 of them, it's for people like that. For people who really understand what support is. And that's what we need more of in Minnesota or everywhere. It's like, don't say, oh, that's too high, I ain't got it, or can I get it for 17? I've heard it all. I've heard, and I just said, nah, you know, it ain't for you.
Right.
You know, no disrespect. I still respect you, love you. We can kick it, but
maybe I'll have a sticker for you in a few months.
My album's not for you if you ain't gonna pay what I want.
Right.
Nipsey sold his for $100.
Right.
You know that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jay-Z called right away, let me get 10 of those.
Yeah.
You know, so I deal with people like that. You know, if somebody was to tell me, oh, I want $50 for this CD, homie, there's only 10 songs on there. And, you know, I was a certain kind of high roller like that can just do that. I'm the type that's going to be like, let me get 2 of them.
Right.
You know, I respect
let
your
me
hustle.
Get 7. Let me get the stocking stuffers.
This you crazy.
Right.
He's selling his for. I would never say that to nobody.
But when you project the value, you know, of your art, people will recognize it. So it's not like you're saying people you don't want to even be affiliated with.
That's it. Now you know, and if anything, they because I got a few left, the hard copies. I mean, I'm really selling my signature too. I signed it already.
Right.
So if anything, they want to buy one while it's $25 now.
Right
later,
now
it's gonna be I want $700 later.
Exactly.
For real, yeah.
No, I want $700 for that one. Once things take off, I want $700 for that CD. Yeah.
I mean, I picture you in the retirement home. You know, it's like, still trying to get $7,500, maybe $10,000 for the signature.
Yeah. So if I could say anything real quick to the artists coming up. Just set your bar, however, set it high and see if you can get it. Don't back down. That's it.
It's a goal to reach, yeah.
Definitely.
You heard it on DogStar.
Hey.
You heard it from Savitty first.
Exactly. Oh, man. Yeah. So happy that you were able to come down. So we've only got like a minute left before the next break. I know it's flying by, but have you worked with different camera guys, videographers on every one of those videos, or?
I actually kept. Finish your question.
I was gonna say, or was there one that is now your favorite that you plan to keep working with?
Well, I've been sticking with the one I have now. He did like all of those except for 2.
Okay.
You know, so
Is that Matt Wells?
Well, yeah, no, Matt Wells did 2 of them.
Okay.
You know, we kind of had a little, disagreement with some things.
Yeah.
But, we're both business people. So
Right. It's business.
Shout out to Matt Wells.
Yeah.
If y'all's looking for a great videographer, you can look him up. He did my Haters Want More.
Yeah.
And he did I'm Him too. He did I'm Him. He did one of my big videos. I do my big ones like every year. So they're actually, I'm thinking if I want to do another, I'm thinking how it's going to go this year, because I got some other plans that I might have to ship out. So it may not be, I'm trying to figure it out now.
All right.
But I'll be doing my big ones every year.
We'll talk more about that when we come back.
Bow wow. Bow wow.
Bow wow, welcome back to DogStar. Picking the brain of one of the greats, Savitty.
We were just talking about the West Coast style and some of the music videos before, you guys didn't see that, but that's what we were talking about. And
something that I really don't want to, I hate that it's the way I was, it was the way I was breeded,
Right.
So, but I really want to make it a point that is Twin Cities,
everybody's got
right
the
here.
twins
But when
and
I
the TC.
try to put that in, it's just something that it's just the way I was breeded. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people think like, it's the way I was breeded. My aunties, everybody's 60s crib in my family, but it's hard. But I do put an effort into put on the jerseys, Twin City, put on the Vikings, let it be known.
Right.
This is where we at.
Bust your old Garnett jersey out.
We right here.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is.
Home is where you are. Exactly.
Yeah.
Got to be proud of where you're from.
Right.
We were talking music videos.
Yes.
We were talking
different directors of photography, different camera people. But you said earlier you have a solid crew that helps you produce those big music videos.
Yeah, so the one I'm just sticking with, who I've been doing business with, who's on the team, man. The great Anthony D.
He's doing the camera and doing the editing too.
He's amazing. I'm gonna tell you. A lot of people ask me, Savitty, how your videos look like that? How do you do this? Well, for one, you gotta be willing to invest in that. I mean, if you want to go to Walmart versus the dollar store, or you want to go to, you get what you invest in, basically. So that's what I tell people. First off, is you get what you invest in. And then secondly, is also the vision that go with it, because as good as my videographer is, you got you got to put him to work with what he can do. He want to show off what he can do too.
Mm-hmm.
I could easily rap in front of a liquor store or in the alley and walking, or the railroad tracks like back in the day.
Yeah, exactly.
I could easily just make it plain, and then you just wasted your time investing in good quality for a video that has no vision.
Right.
So a vision has a lot to do with it. Whatever you put together, if you want angels swinging from the ceiling and whatever he can get to show his talent, do that. Put that
complement each other.
Yeah.
But like you're saying,
videographers, like, every time Anthony show up, he got a smile on his face, like, okay, I can't wait to,
passionate,
especially my big videos. He come with 2-3 cameramen. He's like, this is like a kid in a candy store.
Yeah.
I give him something to run with.
Because it doesn't happen without the vision.
Right.
He
Exactly.
wouldn't be able to add his flavor to anything without the vision.
You know, so because a lot of people have been asking me that, but it's just really as simple as that. You know, the vision overpowers really even the quality sometimes.
Right.
If you got the vision and like if you're in Las Vegas or if you got something to shoot, but he smiled like, no, if you got something to shoot, then it's gonna be worth it. You could do it from a camera phone if you wanted to, as long as you got something to shoot. But if you got like if you got like crappy quality and both nothing to shoot, you gonna have the most horriblest video that people, you know, they gonna bash you for it.
Right.
Well, you seem to like music videos, or you're dropping a lot of them at
Big
least.
time.
What do you think? Like, what's the purpose of a music video, or why do you think that certain songs should have them? Or...
Well, you know, it helps tell the story. You know, basically, like, you know, you could, people like reading books, but it's nothing like the visual. You know, you could read a book, and you could picture it in your head yourself. Or you can watch it. You know, the director go to work and tell you his story yourself.
Totally.
You know, like my Letters to Black Sheep. You know, for those that haven't saw that, you could look that up on my channel, Letters to Black Sheep. That part of that is actually the written story in my book that I'm writing about my life story. But that's just little pieces I'm grabbing from my book I'm writing and giving them a visual of it. You know, not too much though, because I want to save something for the movie theaters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
In between music video and feature film, would you ever do like a Runaway or a Lemonade style visual album? Even
Say
if
that again. What about
Wait. You got music. You got music video on one side. You got 2-hour movie on the other side. In the middle, you got like a 47-minute video, which might just be each music video one after the other. Right. Would you ever make like a short film that would be every single song in the album?
I mean, you're almost at it.
You're almost at it with how many music videos you got for Twin City-ness, you know.
But just
that's interesting you said that. I might as well let you know right now. I plan on doing a video for all the songs.
That's perfect then. Then
so
that
smart.
will be the full video accompaniment.
So you could watch them one after the other.
So, and real quick, my song in there called No Trust. You saw that? So No Trust is actually the first episode of my series that I got. So, you know, I'm tapped in with Hulu and Hulu and Netflix. So I'm tapped in. I'm at the table with them.
That's exciting.
It's like R. Kelly's Trapped in the Closet. I don't know if you guys.
I'm very familiar.
You know, a series of episodes of So it's what is it? It's seven episodes. 7 episodes, 4 seasons of the No Trust. So that's actually the first episode, that No Trust song.
So
if you go back and listen to that, it's the whole storytelling from beginning to end. So
okay, and does that serve as like the pilot episode, or when can we expect to see these 4 seasons?
We working on them. You know, no expected date right now, but we filming. I've been filming filming some stuff. Yeah, that's something to wait for. I really put hard work into that.
You truly wear all the hats.
Yeah. Do you think you would ever write or what's it called? Write a music video? Like I don't know the right word for this.
To it, or
help
somebody else make a music video for a song that you're not on, or maybe something that you're featured
right
on.
For everything that has to do with this artistry, I'm willing to do right for other people, all that.
That's huge.
For reasonable price for now, or just whatever. You know what I'm saying? This is all fun for me. So I'll definitely do it. I'll write y'all some raps when we leave.
Oh,
you heard it.
You heard it here. Yeah, the secret ghostwriter.
I definitely want, my hands in everything, even from here to acting, all that, Just like the Seasons of Power and, a lot of artists, my age or people who's already had their run in music, they're, converting to acting anyway.
Yeah.
So
it's all the entertainment industry.
All the
it ain't gonna
entertainment
stop
industry.
with music. I'm gonna dive in all fields.
Do you got any other friends and family that are in the entertainment industry or like interested in the same stuff you are?
Yeah, well, my brother, he tried. He didn't take it. He was just. I left him at heavy and Hype and Heavy when we was doing the Hype and Heavy.
Yeah.
But he grew in it a little bit. He had a single way back in the day, but that ain't really his thing. He claimed he passed the torch down to me.
Oh, okay.
I
well,
took the torch.
we all appreciate it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Speaking of passing torches, we know you're a family man.
Yeah.
Any musical, anyone seeming musical from an early age? Or not just yet?
What do you mean, like?
Just from a lot of your social media, it seems like you got either little nieces and nephews running around or children of your own.
Oh, yeah.
Any of them musical?
Shout out to my nephew, Lil Soul. Lil Soul and my nephew, Robbie. And they doing their thing, them.
Okay.
And that's really about it. My nephew Lil Soul and Lil Robbie
coming up.
They coming up, so y'all can look for them. They cool.
Yeah,
they doing their thing.
I'm really interested to learn about or like ask why or like how you're making the moves you're making. It seems very like plotted. Otherwise, it would seem lucky to me that all this is happening in order in a row. Was it just taking notes and learning from, you were talking about Nipsey selling his album for $100 a piece, and is it just stuff like that, or do you have like a
strategy
mentor or something?
Basically, I've always been this, like I was held back from it. That's my excuse for it. Like I know it kind of like came out of nowhere for a lot of people, but like, cause I was held back, but I always been a hustler. Like I always been I had business intelligence. I graduated from my business class, entrepreneur class. Like I got, stuff under my belt. I've always been a businessman and thought like one and knew how to, get to it.
Look at the big picture. Yeah.
Right. So the Nipsey thing, I'll shout out to Nip. I will say that inspired me. When I heard he sold his CD for 100, that's, that along with other, couple business partners I had, I understood what lowballing was. Maybe I used to lowball myself a little bit, but I really, I learned from other people like business partners and Nipsey how to not lowball yourself, how to, set your demand high. And ever since I've been mashing the gas with that, it been working. You get your twos and fews that complain, but like I said, it ain't for them. But I get more people that's with it, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, maybe I can raise the next album up to $45.
Right. I mean, it's harnessing them.
Or like you were saying with the video accompaniment, $50 no problem.
Right.
You probably remember they're selling DVDs. You'd make the whole DVD with your project and get the project out there. We should bring that back.
So I just take that real serious, and plus I had learned from like way back when I first in my early 20s started rapping. I got with a group before, and won't say no names, but I got robbed out of my first album. I had an album already, like when I was younger. They did the same thing that the NWA movie. You seen that movie?
Yeah,
biopic.
No
that's
wonder
what
you
happened
didn't
to
bring
me.
it up then.
Right, that's what happened to me. It was a dude. They was from LA. He was like a Suge Knight and everything from LA. He
poaching.
He was doing what he was doing, and it got messy. But they robbed me from my album, and I walked in the store, Urban Lights right there.
Oh yeah.
I walked in the store years ago, and I saw my album on the shelf, and the female I was with, she was featured on the album too, and she was like, oh my God, that's us right there. Like, look, this is our album. And I got excited off top, from first seeing it right away. I got excited, but then right away I was like, okay, let's make a call then.
Yeah.
It's here in the store. You know, we knew nothing about it. It's a good thing, and let's see how good it is. And they kept running around with, yes, in the store. I put it out. Meet me here. We got a bag of money for y'all. Don't trip. You gonna get.
Oh my gosh.
And look, we never got 1 cent.
Oh my gosh.
Stealing an artist's time like that.
Right. Stealing an artist's soul like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Just
1 cent, man. Straight routers.
Oh my gosh.
And I got homies from LA saying, oh, I got a box of your CDs mailed to my house. We selling them in LA, and you know, all that happened to me, man. So I learned
harsh
from that
life
too.
lessons. Yeah,
I learned from that too, straight up.
Oh my gosh. Oh
and
my
that just took this fire that I got now.
Yeah,
you know, because that was so long ago, and it's like, you know, I've been trying to settle it. Things didn't go right, and same thing with the NWA story. That same when I watched that movie, I'm like, these are true stories all around the world because it happened to me.
And it happens still to this day, unfortunately.
Getting threatened by, you know, he was like, you know, a Suge Knight type of, you know, and, you know, it's like, and, you know, ain't nothing soft for me. So, but that none of that worked out, you know.
Right,
so I'm like,
right.
I got jacked.
Yep. You got to
know?
bounce back and, oh, man.
Still, yeah, I'd say, still harnessing the trajectory, even from the
inspiration, even from a setback.
So now, you know, knowing that, you know, I have control over everything right now because I'm independent right now, I'm doing pretty well. That I got control over everything, and I with a solid team that respectively follow my lead with things. I mash, I go hard all the way.
Speaking of going hard, this August. You've got a show. We know you've got a really, really busy summer ahead of you. You're directing music videos, setting the rollout.
Well, that's what Twin Cities Urban League?
I believe so,
Twin Cities Urban League.
My next show, I think August 16th to be exact,
Are you already
16th.
preparing for that? How do you prepare for a big outdoor show like that?
Just get on stage and rap. I'm at that. Man, I've been doing it so long, like over 30 years.
It's just muscle memory.
But the day before or in the day of, you know, I'll just recite my lyrics. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's the only preparing I do.
Right. I mean, you're
making
not
sure I don't miss a word.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you're not up there, you know, crumping or anything. It's
you know,
very
I don't
organic.
rap over my lyrics,
Exactly.
and that's why I do make sure I get it down right. You know, recite my lyrics and rehearse a little bit the day before because I don't rap over my lyrics at all. You know, it's all organic, and you know, sometimes most times I don't even have a ad lib man. You know, a hype man to back me up. This is just all me just getting it in. I can handle it. I don't jump around stage and run out of breath. I don't do all that.
Got the cool,
I don't do all that. So, but that's it. I just serve and execute.
Oh, man. We've only got like 30 seconds left this whole interview. Is there any advice that you want to give up-and-coming artists?
Any more advice?
Any more? Yeah, exactly.
Okay, one of the main things I would like to say is don't ever let nobody put an expiration date on your passion. Because a lot of people, you know, talking, oh, you too old you still rapping, you too old. You know, because I never heard, you're never too old to feed your family. You know, I'm booked for this show I'm about to do in August. So since I'm older, should I say I don't want this money? Anyway, I can go on for days on how stupid that is. So don't let nobody put an expiration date on your passion and keep mashing.
Well, thank you again for mashing with the dogs.
Mashing with the dogs.
Savitty here on DogStar.
Yeah. Oh, wow.